Man United won, Arsenal won. What are we saying about that?
Firstly, first half was a snooze fest.
Yes.
Let's be honest. People were saying this is the best performance. You were saying this is the best performance.
I do. I think that,
I don't think so. I think second half, yeah.
Yeah.
But first half, it was very toothless. But that's from both teams. And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I thought the game was either gonna be a hammering or it was gonna be a snooze fest. But the second half was exciting. It's exhilarating. It's what you expect. I felt like, firstly, United were set up in this 5-3-2 most of the time, sitting back. And at first, in the first half, they kept going back. Old Trafford weren't having that. They weren't. Maybe the crowd kind of rejuvenated them a bit to kind of go forward. But the first half, they just kept going back.
Do you think that was deliberate? Because you see how Amorim was talking before this game, going, we just have to survive. You know, Thursday, got to get ready. It felt to me like this was like a just get through. Like just don't exert yourself. Don't go running around. And Arsenal of late, if we be fair, they struggle against that. West Ham done it to them. Forest, PSV had a proper go at them and got mashed up.
My only thing is with a low block and counter-attack, United don't have the pacey front line to play. It's just Garnacho, and you saw it in the first half. Joshua Zirkzee couldn't win an aerial duel against Saliba and Gabriel, and no disrespect, but that's Gabriel and Saliba, right?
Yeah, he's not going to get no change.
But the only person that had legs in the front line was Garnacho. Eriksen didn't, and that's why I think for me it wasn't the normal what we see from Amorim. I said it was a 5-3-2 because it was Eriksen, Bruno, Casemiro, kind of like compact midfield, trying to force them to go out wide. In the first half, Odegaard was getting a lot of touches on the ball in the pockets of space.
But he weren't doing nothing with it because we crammed it out. I think that was deliberate.
And that's why I said it was toothless from both teams.
Yeah.
If your 8 is having that much touches in the first half, in the tight spaces, in the half spaces, you have to get something from that. And maybe that's for Arsenal to look back and reflect 100%. on. But in the second half, I mean, firstly, Garnacho, improvement.
Yeah.
I liked what I saw from him today. Just, there's always that moment where, he sees his name in lights and he goes for goal when he shouldn't. Those kind of things you need to he needs to work on that. But he's a young kid and, I know there's a lot of impatience with this team. But in terms of the starting 11 that Amorim had, I think the performance that you got is probably the best performance you probably could have got with that starting 11. It's a makeshift team. The midfield is ever changing. The back line's ever changing. Victor Lindelof, I had my reservations about him.
Man, he did all right today.
I saw him starting at central centre-back in the warm-ups and I was thinking, that's scary. That's spooky. But given the fact that Arsenal didn't have like a recognised striker, I think that was a good move because you saw in moments in the second half when he progressed the ball through the middle. But
without any pressure on him.
Without any pressure, he can drive the ball forward. But I think that was actually Mazraoui's best performance in wing-back.
Yeah,
since
he got quite a lot of joy. That chance he had, and really Dalot as well.
Had a few chances.
Yeah, he has. It's like they get a few nosebleeds when they get up there because they're not really used to it. But the ball from Dalot, you're thinking, can you get that left foot early ball? He's free. Look at Mazraoui, puts it on a plate for him. And it's a great save from Raya.
And he had to make it up for Arsenal because I can't lie, that free kick, amazing free kick from Bruno. Who else but Bruno? But when I watched it back,
better space on that side.
I was like, what? He was so far right. I can't even finish my sentence. I can't even finish. Well, he was so far right. He was so far right.
Yo, chill.
Yeah, he was so far right. He was literally on his way out of the stadium.
Nah, I hear you. But on Bruno though, he's a player that obviously divides opinion all the time, and we saw the Roy Keane thing. Not trying to go back over that, but we continually turn to him for moments, right?
I think people get frustrated with the little things that he does, the moaning, and I get it. He gets knocked down, he doesn't get back straight away, he'll roll around a little bit. But when he scored, I said, who else but Bruno? And you know what? I think what hinders what people think of Bruno is the position that United are in right now. Yeah. If United were not 15th place, people wouldn't be reacting to Bruno like that. But they look at the captain for leadership, and you can't really get much leadership when you're 15th. You can't really get much leadership when you're 15th, unfortunately. But Bruno, who else, man? I feel like the hatred, not the hatred, but the dislike and the criticism, I think it's in the wrong direction sometimes. I'm not going to lie, sometimes I look at the players and I don't really think there's a culprit that deserves...
Yeah, like a person, look at you.
But people pick on Bruno for what reason? I don't really know.
When he's putting up the most numbers, he's the one that does.
A lot of points United probably wouldn't got this season. We ain't even got much anyways. But a lot of them points...
saying without Bruno being relegated.
Yeah, we wouldn't really have much points. And people just, I don't know, man, I feel like they're just... It's misplaced.
He's a scapegoat.
Yeah, scapegoat, misplaced criticism. I don't know. You could say that, but the way he was kind of hyping the crowd up today. Aiden Heaven, by the way.
What are you saying?
I had my reservations about him because I didn't know much about him. So I said I'm going to wait to see him play for a bit and then I'm going to judge him. But he looked very comfortable on the ball. You know, he's got the pace, he's got his positioning. Because he was on the side where I was sat, he's always looking over his shoulder all the time, making sure, you know, Martinelli's not making a running behind, or Odegaard or Declan Rice or Moreno or whoever. For a young kid that hasn't played a lot of first team football, you know, I didn't.
He's going to play against his team as well.
Former team, and also he turned to the crowd and started.
Yeah.
He was like to the back. I'm like, bro.
Thank you, Hayland.
Even up against your old team, damn. No one's safe.
No one's safe. Going forward to Thursday, do you think that overall, I mean, Yoro, he come off a half time, so that's probably not great. Might have to be an Aiden Heventing in the game. Oh no, Dorgu's back, so then I'll probably put Mazraoui back there. But do you think that was a good? That puts us in good. Did we survived? Do you know what I mean? Was that job done in terms of survive to get to Thursday?
I hate this idea of survival. I hate when people say, "Oh, we survived." I'm not gonna lie. Myself, many other fans probably didn't expect much coming into the game, but I didn't expect to lose. I said it's going to be a draw or something. And I think every game you just take it as it comes, because Man United this season, the biggest issue has been is when they gain momentum, they can't really go on a run of games. So I'm not saying lower your expectations, guys, but just be realistic. Let's be realistic.
And who was your man of the match finish off?
Oof, my man of the match?
Yeah.
I'll say I might give it to Delit or Mazraoui. I'll give it to Delit or Mazraoui.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think anyone was that bad today. Like, so just quickly on Casemiro, because I know a lot of people are getting onto him. He ain't got the legs, but you know when you look at him and compare him to Ugarte, who's the one that progresses the ball more forward in comparison?
He's a better passer,
He's always trying to get the ball forward, and maybe a game like this today, it might have not been Amorim's plan to get the ball forward consistently and maybe just pass around and get comfortable on the ball. But when players come in replacing someone that's out injured, you should want them to perform well. And when they perform well, people want to be like, I told you so, I told you. Just appreciate it, accept
Did his
it,
job today.
support the players. And same goes for Maguire, for Lindelof, whoever's not a fan favourite. Just appreciate when they come in, they do their job.
Minna says, leave them alone.
Just
leave them alone. Just appreciate. Big up.